I'll just quickly take you through the documentation, then we spend more time in practical. Basically, function is a set of statements which perform some task. We call, sometimes we call it as a method, sometimes we call it as a function. When do we call it as a method and when do we call it as a function? When the function is associated with a class or structure, if the function is part of a class or structure or enum, that is called a method. If you, so far we have written multiple methods, I can simply write one method here and test. This is it is simply a method which is not part of any class or structure or nowhere. It is simply I have declared it. I can use it on the next line itself without creating any object. This is called function actually. If this the same function is part of a class or structure or enum, then it is called as a method. That is the difference between function and method. In interviews, they might ask you what is the difference between function and method. Basically, the purpose of function is to do some task. We have seen the program. Program takes input and the input will be processed and the output will be given. We can say a function is a small program, we can say, which takes some input and which gives you some output. Sometimes it might take input, may or may not take input. It sometimes it may or may not give you the output. The processing will be done and will be displayed. The results will be displayed. This is the syntax of function, and this is the way to create a function, to call a function. Okay, function is simply a block of code. A name will be given to that. To call that function, you need to use the name to call, and whatever it expects, you need to do the same parameters. Okay, we see the various methods. In C language, this is how the method will be created. The syntax of the method is this, and in Swift, we have this. Like you need to use the func keyword and the function name. And in C language also we are having augment and redirect. Here also we are having augment and redirect, but the order gets changed. It also has the return type, but here the return type comes first. In case of Swift, the return type comes at the end. Functions with, these are the general functions. Directly you need to give the values, and functions with descriptive names, descriptive input arguments. Here we are just trying to add two values, and I have given the labels here, A-var and B-var. Okay, these are called labels, which gives you the additional information and which gives you the meaningful to the function. If you simply give add, it is not that much meaningful. If you use labels, these are useful to understand the method well actually. And this is how you can call the method. And similarly, here we're having descriptive names. These are the normal functions, and these are the descriptive names. A value with B value. This is a much more cleaner to understand. Func add A value with B value. A value with. Here we have given additional labels, additional descriptive labels. These are the normal labels. These are the augment names, A var with B var. This is how we call whenever you are having the descriptive names. You need to use the A value with B value, value of B. Okay, one is normal method, another one is a function with descriptive input arguments. And we have some examples here. We see them in practical. I will share you this document as well. You must go through this and understand. There is a lot mentioned here, but I want to spend much time in practical. Functions with multiple return values. We have seen tuple, same concept, function with multiple return types. Functions with optional return types. These are the various types of methods which we regularly use. And inode parameter. Yeah, see, function parameters are let's means constant by default. Trying to change the value of function parameter from within the body of the function results compile errors. Use inode parameter to reference the Basically, we are having in C language, we are having call by value and call by reference. Similar concept here. To pass the references, you need to use the in out as a parameter. In out keyword you need to use so that you can modify the actual values instead of arguments. Functions with a varied number of parameters. I list down all these things and explain you in detail. Nested functions. These are the various functions we are having. Okay, let me take it to the practical and just clearing it. Let's say I want to create one function. The function name is say hi. This is the syntax of the function. Func is a keyword you need to use. Name of the function and parenthesis. If you want to mention any kind of arguments, you need to mention the argument and data type. Argument to data. If you have anything to come as output from the function, here return type. And if there is a return type, you need to mention the return type value. This is the syntax of the function in Swift. Okay, now I list down a list of methods, various type of methods. Method with no input arguments and no output. Second method is the method with input arguments and no output. Method with input and output. Methods with descriptive names. Methods with multiple value return, that is tuple. And we have methods with optional output. Methods with varied number of parameters. Methods with input parameter. Methods with the default values. Finally, nested methods. These are the various types of methods what we have in Swift. First one is methods with no input and no output. Remember the syntax. We need to start with the function. Func is a keyword and say hi is a method and which is not returning anything. Void means nothing written. Okay, I just want to say hi. This is a function which is not taking any input arguments and which is not returning anything. I want to write the same thing in another way. If a method is not returning anything, you don't need to mention the void. Here, say hi, say hello, because the method names are same. It won't accept actually duplicate methods. Hello. Here, two methods are almost same only, which is not taking any value, any input argument. Here also, this is not taking any input arguments. But the only difference is here explicitly specified the void means nothing written. Here, you have not specified anything, so nothing is written. Now, function with the input arguments and no output. Input arguments mean, let's say func say hi to string and nothing written means void, or else simply ignore that. Here, I want to say hi to the person. First of all, let's see how to call these methods. How to call this method? These methods are having a name. You need to use the names to call that. Say hi. Say hello. These are the names of a method. You just need to use the name and the braces. Let me run it. It should say hi. It should say hello. Hi, hello. Okay, this is clear, right? And functions with input arguments. How to call this method? This is called input actually. This is a small program, right? The program is expecting some input, and the input type is string. Here, you have to how to call this with the same thing. If you see, say hi. This is the actually what we call it as a prototype actually, method prototype. It is expecting string as input arguments. So just click enter and it is expecting string. So say D and ID. Here I want to say hi to the person. Hi space. I am using interpolation. I am using 2. This is input argument, right? The value what I pass here will be copied to the input argument, and I am using the same here. But see the output, you get the exact output. Okay? We get expected output, hi D and ID. But if you see the method is not meaningful actually. Say hi to, but I'll write the same thing with some meaningful way. To person. How to call this? Same way only. Say hi to person. Here it is 2 only. I'm just using different name for the method because otherwise it will be duplicate.
No person.
Hi to Selja. Here I need to use the person. This is much clearer than this. That is why we need to use the descriptive names. These are the called descriptive names, descriptive labels or names. Okay, say hi to, give the name. Here if you see, say hi to person. This is much meaningful. These are the methods with descriptive input arguments and descriptive labels. Let me call this method. I already called. Let me run it.
Say hello. Say hello. Say hi, call yourself. Say hello, guys.
Yes. Say hello to person. Okay. Hi Celia. You can also call it multiple times. Once it is existing, you can use it many times. It displays hi Celia and hi Arun. Hi Celia and hi Arun. We have seen no input, no output, some input and no output, input and output. Let me write func sum. I'm giving a value where it is int and b value it is int. I'm giving multiple input arguments and I want to return some information. After addition, I want to return integer a plus b. I can just save it sum or result equal to sum. Here, by seeing the method name itself, you need to identify it is expecting two integer values and it is returning one input, one integer. It is expecting two integers and it is giving as output one integer. So you need to pass two integers. I am passing 10 and 20. And here the result is integer only. You can mention or you can also ignore it because we are having type inference. Print sum is result. Let's make it automatically run. Sum is 30. Here we are directly passing the values. Else you can also pass the variables. Let me take a equal to 10, comma b equal to 20. That sum equal to sum of a. You need to pass the integer value or integer variable. I am passing integer variable. The result will be the same only 10 plus 20, 30. But we are passing sum is again a plus sum. Here we are passing variables as input argument. Here we are directly passing the values. What is wrong here? Some are using it anyway. Circular reference. Addition. Basically, we are having a method called sum. Why is it giving compile that? Let it execute and we have seen with input and with output and descriptive names we have seen methods with multiple return values. Let me make a method func get names. I'm passing the full name. The name is string and I want to return values that is string comma string. I am passing one full name and I want to get two names, first name and last name. You can also, these are the two different data types we are giving and placing them in a braces. So it is called tuple. You can also give some labels here. Anyways, let me return two values. Basically, I want to get first name. How do you get a first name? Let's say the name is, we have already seen this type of example, full name equal to Devendranath Reddy. I am breaking the name with space.
Separated by space.
splitting. I have to break it, right? Component separated by string, which we have in the separator, that is space. Let's see, these are the existing methods on string class. We are having these methods: components separated by strings. What it is giving? It is giving array, string array. We will see them in detail when we deal with strings and arrays. But for now, I'm just breaking the string into two pieces by separating the spaces. I'm taking first. I'll take last name. I'll take last here. Returning, I want to return two values here. Place them in braces. First name, last name. Here, it is returning some string of string. Okay. Basically, this is a method which is expecting input argument single string and returning multiple strings for sure. If you call this method, you must return two values. But here it is giving error because it might give you the first name or not. Again, this may or may not give you the last name or not, because it is returning optional. So I want to make sure that it has a value. This is force unwrapping, right? When you use exclamation, that is called force unwrapping. I'm using force unwrapping and making sure that telling to the compiler that there is a value, just go ahead and return. Let me call this method. Make any doubts in that? Full name. It returns two values, right? Like I'm taking first name into one variable and last name into another variable. Print first name, last name. That's the learning transition. Let me separate it. Yeah, we got first name is Devendranath and last name is ready. Okay, here we are returning multiple values. This is an example of returning multiple values from a function. I just want to return string and integer. See what it says. This is string we are passing, and this is again string we are passing, but it is not accepting. Whatever return type it has, you need to return the same. Here you can return some, let's say I want to return some age. Integer, right? Don't put in the braces. Let's say here it is is. This is not meaningful, but I just want to explain the expected return types and the value which you are returning. The same. Here it is yes. The meeting is about to end. I'll share you the another link. Yeah, last name is 30, which is the age actually. Okay. I'm going to share you the another link. Please join there.